When working with Azure, we may come to some question to ourselves: what's the difference between data center, zone, and region? Simple, straightforward process, and this content is very much required for our Azure developers, big data analytics, data engineers, Power BI and Fabric, and Azure Database Administrators and ETL admins as well. Let's make it sweet, straight, simple. What's the question again? Yes, question once again. Difference between data center, zone, and region. What's the difference? Let's see. Yes, let's practically get it in a simple way. Okay, here you go. While creating a resource like SQL Server or any resource in Azure, you see something called location. This location is actually region. For example, I'll take one region called say South India. Okay, let's take one region called South India region. This one, APAC region, we call it South India, Asia Pacific region. Now, this South India region, I said South India region. In South India, we have different cities: Hyderabad, Chennai, Bangalore. When I take any example, I'm just making it simple. In South India, you have different cities. Or you take East US, New York City, Washington City, something like that. So each city is giving you one availability zone: South India region or East US region. Hyderabad, Chennai, Bangalore cities means availability zones, or Washington, New York cities means say availability zones. For example, you take our Hyderabad city, you have 3 data centers for Microsoft. One in the western part of Hyderabad, one in the southern part of Hyderabad, and one in the central part of Hyderabad. Practically, this is a fact. We have it already. When I was working for Microsoft, I remember 2005, Steve Ballmer was the CEO at that time. He visited our Hyderabad office, Gachibowli campus, and inaugurated one building. You can still see, that foundation stone over there. 2005, August. I don't remember the exact date because those are my early days at Microsoft. And of course, we used to have a big cricket ground at that time, and now it became another ODC, operational data center now. We used to have a nice cricket ground at that time in that campus. It's nowhere in the vicinity right now. Well, coming back to the point, I mean to say that one or more data centers, right? So Hyderabad has 3 data centers for Microsoft. Chennai, there are 4 data centers. Bangalore, 4 or 5 data centers are there. So each city has one or more data centers. Why? Why like this? Yes, data would be split into multiple data centers. That's the first thing. Okay, data is partitioned across data centers, partitioning the data, well connected and replicated across data centers. Partition plus replication, we say RAID, RAID, redundant array of independent inexpensive disks. That is the actual configuration of data center here. And if something goes bad in one city, maybe due to floods or any other climatic conditions or something else may happen, we cannot rule out such disasters. They do happen sometimes. So we cannot rule it out practically. So we have other set of data centers in a different nearby city. So if availability zone 1 has some network issues or any kind of catastrophic failures or climatic condition impact from other availability zone, we are able to get the data. This is one region, okay? So within one region, you have multiple cities, multiple availability zones. Each zone has multiple data centers. So it is like data centers collectively called zone or collectively form a zone, and multiple zones collectively form a region. That region we specify during the resource creation. And you take resources like SQL databases. You take resources like SQL databases. For example, you are creating an SQL database or restoring an SQL database. You see that redundancy options. Local means within your city, within a particular data center, local. Zone within the city, across data centers, across zone. And other one, geo, means across regions. Across the regions, we have geo. So if some problem with one region, then from other region we should be able to continue to access our data. Data first, problems next, right? So it's all about how efficiently, how quickly we are able to continue accessing our data and get a smile on the customer face. That is important here. So three different options: data center level, availability zone level, and region level. Okay, three different regions are involved here, or three different terminology, three different levels are involved. So any resource in Azure has more or less similar activities, a similar topology. Data centers form availability zone, availability zones form region. That region we are mentioning during Azure resource creation. This is the process.